Good blessed Sunday morning, January the 1st, 2023. It's about 7:19 a.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with a universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't even matter whether you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter whether you like me or anything that I do or say or produce on social internet. That's your prerogative. That's your right. You have a first, 14th. You even have a fifth amendment and a lot of other amendments to the United States Constitution to do as you please, long as it's in a lawful, respectful, and nonviolent manner. Uh, Today, I just want to say happy blessed New Year's to everybody around the world. I pray that my enemies wake up and ask themselves and look in the mirror, why are you my enemies? Because the only type of enemies that I would have is enemies that's white supremacists, enemies that's blacks, that's using blacks through these government grant programs, people that envy me because of my courage of being a black single father in the deep racist South. Yes, I would repeat that, in the deep racist South. And I speak up against injustice. That's what I was born to do. I was running away from it, but I couldn't run. It was like running in place. When God have a mission for you to do, you going to do it. Now, to the right of me, in the top part of this calendar, this African American Heritage Calendar, which is given away by the Williams Funeral Home here in Charleston, Missouri, on Vine Street, right down the street from me. I like to first say that the gentleman on the top, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., may he rest in peace. Thank him for his service, not only to this country, but to the world. Me and Martin Luther King Jr. have a few things in common. I'm not saying I'm Martin Luther King. I'm not saying I'm on his level, because I'm Raymond Lewis Ivy and Martin Luther King Jr. is Martin Luther King Jr. Me and Martin Luther King Jr. was born on the same month and same day, January the 15th. Me and Martin Luther King, we have other things in similarity, and that's for standing up and speaking up for justice. I want to also recognize the man on the bottom of this calendar, Mr. Charles Williams. He was the director of Williams Funeral Home down the street from me. God called him home, I believe, in around 2017. A good man. May he rest in peace. A very good man. I sat down and talked to him a lot. He gave me a lot of wisdom. He respected the things that I'd done, stood up against injustice in the schools, the courts, the police departments, and everywhere else. And I got plenty of honor for him. I been getting calendars. I thank Brother Joe for giving me a calendar. One of the morticians, directors at the Williams Funeral Home. God bless y'all. To the left, to the lower part of the left with the glasses and the white on, that's my second oldest grandchild, my oldest grandson. I give honor to him too. Growing up in the city of Chicago, sometime in rough neighborhoods and sometime not. Growing up in Chicago and made it through not becoming a gang member, made it through not becoming an alcoholic, a drug addict, a drug dealer, made it coming through there without being a thug, made it through there without being a womanizer, made it without impregnating some female and then going to the next. But he made it somewhere that he wanted to go. Colleges all across the nation had accepted him. He even had a free scholarship at one particular university, but he chose to go to Washington, D.C., to Harvard University. And I honor my grandson for that. And I pray that he don't allow anybody at Harvard or any place else to detour him from what he wants to be. Martin Luther King wanted to be an activist, and that's what he was. Charles Williams wanted to be a funeral director and wanted to be somebody to be able to help people that can't afford sometime to bury their people, and he did that. Martin Luther King, the same thing. He wanted to help people, and he did. And then there's me. I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody. But I be hated sometimes. I got some black individuals made them some YouTube channels saying Raymond hater, Raymond killer, Raymond Ivy killer, brother. Raymond hater. We hate Raymond. It's okay to hate me. You see what I'm saying? They hated Jesus. But did that stop him from his mission? They assaulted Jesus. Did that stop him from his mission? No. They did a lot of things to Martin Luther King. Did it stop him? No. They did a lot of things to Charles Williams. Did it stop him? No. He was even, they tell me, the mayor of this town once upon a time. But let me tell you about Raymond Lewis Ivy. I'm coming into 2023 the same way I came going on 27 years ago, but maybe with a few different methods. I'm still standing on the assignment and mission that God put me on. I'm going to leave y'all with this here. Whatever God got you to do, do it. Man can't stop you. The Bible tells you, no weapon formed against you will prosper. Psalms 23 tell you, when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you have no reason to fear no evil because God is with you. His rod and his staff, they comfort you. They prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. They anoint your head with oil. Your cup runneth over. And surely goodness and gladness will follow you all the days of your life. And you should dwell in the house of the Lord forever. You see, when you say you as I walk through, that means you're going to complete your walk. You see what I'm saying? That means you're going to complete it. But you can't complete it if you give up or you have little faith. All you have to do is have faith of a mustard seed. And I didn't know how small a mustard seed was until I came down here in southeast Missouri. My grandmother told me about it. How small a mustard seed is, but how powerful it produces. Do you know how small an atom bomb is? But you know how much damage it can do. Malcolm X said, when the mind is a weapon, you're never unarmed. Frederick Douglass said, without a struggle, there could be no progress. Martin Luther King Jr. said, during this struggle, some of us going to lose our jobs, some of us going to lose our lives, and some of us going to lose our freedom. I lost my job at Black Gold standing up against racism. I lost my freedom for standing up against blacks as using blacks and white supremacists. But it didn't stop me. I had threats on my life, threats on my daughter's life, but I didn't let that stop me. You know why? Because thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. They prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. They anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. And when your cup runneth over, that means you got more security. You got more security than you need. All you got to do is have faith. Rest in peace, Martin Luther King Jr. Rest in peace, Charles Williams. Keep doing what you're doing, grandson. And Raymond Lewis Ivy, if you don't make it to tomorrow, God would say, servant, job well done. Peace, be still.